Weird, weird, weird. Snow White. This Snow White film, the live-action Snow White film, is finally finished shooting. It's weird, isn't it? Why did it take so long? Doesn't bode massively well, not gonna lie. Yeah, not a great look that this has taken as long as it has. I think it's been about 2 years shooting now, or at least since it started. Weird. Weird. I wonder what the budget's going to be like. You know, we will find out though, because they filmed it in the UK. I bet it's going to be astronomically high. Anyway, let's take a look, shall we? Let's dive into it. Take a look-see at it all. Hit subscribe if you're newer, guys. Turn the bell notifications on. So, Disney's controversial Snow White live-action remake has finally wrapped shooting. Jesus. It's been a long time in the works. So, last October, Disney had delayed the Snow White remake by a year, following seemingly endless stream of negative headlines from mainstream media. So, yeah, I mean, they literally delayed it a whole year, which is pretty crazy to hear as well. Because, well, yeah, just a bit of a weird one, to be honest. And then they released the first look image. It was like, sorry, what? There's dwarfs now? You said you weren't going to do dwarfs. Like, Disney literally said they weren't going to do dwarfs. Because Peter Dinklage had thrown his toys out the pram, I guess. Got on his high horse. Stood up on his pedestal. Short people jokes. Anyway, so it says this. However, in a bid to cease the minds of those angry about rumoured changes to the beloved story, justifiably angry, might I add, perfectly reasonable to be like, why are you changing this, you idiots? What are you doing? The studio shared a cartoon-accurate shot of Rachel Zegler's Disney princess alongside the 7 dwarfs. It says this. Unfortunately, it backfired because the rough state of the visual effects was ridiculed and led many to accuse the studio of throwing the image together in a hurry. It looked like AI. It looked like AI. So, yeah. And they did throw it together in a hurry. They absolutely, unequivocally did throw that together in a hurry. They rushed that out there, and you could just tell. It was patently obvious. It was absolutely obvious for anyone that thought that they didn't rush that out. I mean, my God, I've got a bridge to sell you. All right, I should become a snake oil salesman because clearly there are some bloody artards out there. Now it says this. Why? Well, we'd previously heard that there was no plans for the 7 dwarfs to feature in Snow White. Oh, riddle-dee-dee. Riddle-dee-dee. Like, what? Of course, exactly. Instead, the plan... I can't believe I'm reading this out. Instead, this is what Disney's like in 2024. Instead, they were going to focus on a group of politically correct bandits. Why? Why? What are you doing? What clown show thought that was a good idea? What absolute moron was like, I know what we're going to do, guys. Those 7 dwarfs. Bin them off, mate. I've got a better idea. What is it? What is it? Diverse bandits. Sorry, what? How much coke have you snorted today? Like, my God. So stupid. Following the massive release date delay, Disney seemingly acted fast to throw them into the mix with extensive reshoots, which, according to lead star Rachel Zegler, have now wrapped. How long have these reshoots gone on for? 2 years after Snow White first started shooting, the cameras have finally stopped. Now, just as an FYI, just for perspective, standard principal photography is like a maximum of 12 weeks. You can get a movie done much quicker than that as well, might I add. But the standard is 12 weeks. Like, that's kind of like industry standard. Yeah, 12 weeks is about right. Principal photography, it's about right. Right. 2 years. What a shit show. What an absolute shit show. Now it says this. Next up is a lengthy post-production process to hopefully get Mark Webb's movie where it needs to be. What? Not dog shit in the bin? My God. It's been widely reported that the movie has tested poorly before the reshoots, and insiders don't have much hope that this additional photography will be able to salvage Disney's latest live-action remake. I mean, they've basically reshot the whole movie. They have basically reshot the entire movie. In an attempt to placate the fans, the studio even tried to claim set photos featuring Snow White and her bandits were fake. I remember that. They were like, no, that's fake. They're just stand-ins. Stand-ins for what? Oh, for some promo images of the bandits then, and Snow White. Yeah. A statement which is likely to haunt them in the same way as when they lied and said our first look at Solo, a Star Wars story, wasn't the real deal. Did they actually say that? Did they actually? I can't remember that back in the day. Did they actually say that? That's hilarious. This is the story, by the way. Choosing thankfulness and gratefulness is choosing peace. Oh, sorry. Zegler said. Zegler recently said of some of the trolling she's faced for being cast as Snow White. Sorry, my bad. That's not the synopsis. As much as you'd like to remind people verbally that being in the spotlight doesn't absolve you of your humanity, that you're allowed to have human moments, it doesn't necessarily do what you want it to do. It fuels them more. That's because you're an insufferable, repugnant douche, man. Like, don't sit there and act like you're some poor bloody victim. Oh, I've got my humanity. Oh, shut up. Shut up. You are so incredibly privileged. This is the woman that stomped her little feet, demanded she get an invite to the Academy Awards, right? She's like, why am I not invited to the Academy Awards? Because Because you weren't on the roster, love. That's why. Your movie might have been, but you weren't. So why would you get invited? Dickhead. But they invited her anyway. Because reasons. So yeah, she's a repugnant, insufferable cow. Who, tries to claim victim all the time. Awful. Awful person. But this is what happened. So she posted this. A very London June. Cowgirls can always change their minds, depending if you're reverse cowgirl. You know what I mean? Anyway, and she's rapped basically. That's a rap on Snow White, and I so freaking proud and emotional. I love these people so much. I bet they don't love you. Anyway, there you go. I mean, it's not really anything else to say. 2 years it's taken to finish this film. I wonder what the budget's going to be. Too high. It's going to lose money. Of course it is. Leave your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear it. So drop it in the comment section, not the description box. What is in the description box though, guys? It's my Patreon. Check it out. Cheers. Bye now.